Well, welcome back to another edition of 42nd Street Pete's Grindhouse, and it's miserable outside, it's cold, it's raining, we're approaching May, this is bullshit. But today I decided to do some pertinent reading, and here you go. Midnight Number 10, available on Big Cartel through Midnight Crypt, I believe. But anyway, this magazine is great. If you like what I do, you'll probably like what Midnight does. And let me just peruse so you know what's going on in here. We have a review of Let Us In by John Schatzer. We have a David Worth interview. We have Werewolf by Nights. We have profiles on Veronica Carlson. Shade Roop interview. Another profile on Linda Crystal. The Haunted Bookshelf, which has a few things. A few books by my good friend, the late great Jack Ketchum, and a book called Bats by William W. Johnstone, who did a whole bunch of really obscure horror stuff in the early 80s, which are probably all out of print now. And you have Creepy Christmas Flicks, Q&A with Ron George, another profile, Yaphet Kotto, an article on Deranged, Debbie Does Demons by Chris Gilpin, Deborah Voorhees' interview by Chris Gilpin, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And this one is really packed with great stuff. As you can see, there's an interview with Shade Roop here. Really good stuff. And like I said, this is... Go to www.midnightcrypt.com and you can get your hands on this fine publication, or friend them on Facebook and buy it directly. But again, really cool magazine. Just finished reading it. I'm getting into the next one called Midnight Tales, which is a real bunch of fiction. It's a huge magazine, and I will review that as soon as I read it. But back to... a really messed up film here. I'm trying to get the date on this damn thing down. Let me see. When the hell was this out? I guess early 70s. This was about all this demonic possession and exorcist movies. This film was originally released as The Tempter. And you ever go into a movie and come out shaking your head about, what the fuck did I just see? Well, The Tempter, a.k.a. the Antichrist, as it's been restored to its original title. I guess the Antichrist wouldn't have played well on 42nd Street. Don't ask me why, because I think the Antichrist actually lived there. It opens up with some kind of religious ceremony with a bunch of Italian people, some guy frothing at the mouth, kissing a cross, whatever. And there's this woman, played by... some of these people I don't even know. Carla Gravina, who is married to Mel Ferrer, and not married, I guess she's Mel Ferrer's daughter. This is a confusing film. She's in a wheelchair, and it seems that she had an ancestor going back, because a psychiatrist is regressing her back to the Middle Ages, where basically she is burned at the stake as a witch. Well, somehow her spirit gets into this woman in the wheelchair and turns her into a slavering, frothing, puke-spewing fucking demon from hell. But it gets even weirder, because there's a flashback scene where there's a satanic orgy with a guy wearing horns and stuff like that. And of course, you see the orgy in one scene, and you see her laying in a bed in the other scene, seeing the orgy. And then for some reason, there's like almost... close to a hardcore sex scene in the middle of it as the horn guy nails her. And then all of a sudden, someone walks onto the scene leading a goat. And there's a close-up of the goat's butthole. Then there's a close-up of the woman in bed with her tongue going. So basically, and I've never even seen this in a porno film, someone rimming a goat's butthole. And they segue to, the orgy scene, where basically it's a long shot, but you can see the chick like getting real close to the goat. And my question is, what if the handler pushed the goat backwards? Or what if the goat farted or something like that? But man, if this is the selling point for the whole movie, which seems to be, it's pretty fucked up. But of course, there's an exorcism performed by a priest, George Kennedy, who basically blows the exorcism and has to bring in a professional exorcist and an assistant. Things go completely haywire then. She escapes. It's like it ends with her basically hugging a cross and coming back to normal. Yeah, really weird, really fucked up, and on a repeat viewing, I would say that's my last viewing because I really don't need to see somebody rim a goat's butthole. But I don't know, this thing was just put out back out on a Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. It's one of those, weird, disrespectful Italian anti-religious films that came out in the mid-'70s. And of course, Mel Ferrer and Arthur Kennedy had emigrated over there to find work. Mel Ferrer was in Eaten Alive, a.k.a. Doomed to Die. I believe he was also in Nightmare City, a.k.a. City of the Walking Dead. Arthur Kennedy started doing some spaghetti westerns over there. One that comes to mind is A Minute to Pray, A Second to Die. But he also did another horror film, which is held in pretty high esteem by myself and other fans, The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue, where he plays a nasty cop. So it's just another example of, guys, that were in America, that their star had fallen a little bit, and went over there to get a nice payday in Italy from doing, films like this, spaghetti westerns and Italian horror films. So again, please pick up a copy of Midnight number 10 on Big Cartel. And like I said, I'll be reviewing Midnight Tales shortly, and that will be our show for today. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Welcome to all the new subscribers to this madness. Above all, stay safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.